Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tappingflamingo. Today I am going to be making a pair of earrings with some pretty things that I got from PandaHall Selected. Not long ago, PandaHall Selected had contacted me and they were wondering if I wanted to go over to their shop and pick out a few things and check it out. And I said sure. So what I picked out were these really pretty shell beads. By the way, down in the description box below, I will leave a link to their shop and to the things that I'm showing you, and also a coupon code for you to get a discount. You just have to use, I believe it's Tappingflamingo, and you'll get you a $6 discount. But the details will be down in the description box. But anyway, I ordered these really pretty pink shell beads and African turquoise, which I think they go really nice together. And then I also ordered these bead caps, and that's what we're going to make our earrings with today. In addition to what I just mentioned that you need, you're also going to need ear wires. And then I'm using this crystal that I had. You don't have to, but you know, Tappingflamingo bling. It's got to have some bling, so there's my bling. And then I always like to add these little tiny seed beads, and since we're not mixing our metals today, we're going to do all silver tone. I'm using the silver, and this basically helps the bead from falling off of the head pin. And then of course you're going to need a head pin. So first thing you do, you just string the beads on in the order you want them. I'm going to start out with the little tiny seed bead, then the bead cap, and the African turquoise, and then the other bead cap. And then I'm just using two of these shell beads. They're calling them pukas, but I'll be honest with you, they're not true puka, but they are pretty shells. And then I'm going to put the crystal on, which this is actually an English cut crystal, and it goes really nicely. And then I'm going to top it off with another little tiny seed bead. And that's the design of our earring today. Now, I'm going to show you a basic loop. This is something that will probably be the first thing you learn when you are learning to make jewelry. You can use them as links, hang earrings off with them. There's an endless amount of things you can do with them, and it's a really very important skill to learn, and it's pretty easy. They do have a machine or a tool. I think it's called the one-step looper. I do not have one of those. I have thought about getting one. I've heard pros and cons about it. I'll probably break down someday and get it. I don't know when that someday will be. But right now, I just do it myself. I think it's probably just as easy. If you're wanting to have 100% uniformity, then I do recommend that you try the one-step looper. When it comes to making handmade jewelry, though, what I'm getting ready to show you is 100% handmade, and you're going to need to keep that in mind. Your loops are not going to be 100% consistent. You can get them close, but you're not a machine, so they are going to be handmade. So just keep that in mind, and it's okay. A lot of people look for that. They don't want their stuff to be made from a machine. They want it handmade. All right. So what you need some flat nose pliers, you need round nose pliers, and you need some flush cutters, wire cutters, whatever. So the first thing you're going to do after you put all your beads on is you're going to bend your wire that's sticking up pretty much at a 90-degree angle. Now, the next thing I do, and a lot of people do this differently, they just cut. I like to kind of measure with my finger Now, sometimes I may want it a little bigger and sometimes a little smaller, but for the most part, this is about the width I want. So then I take my flush cutters, and you'll notice how they kind of curve in and they kind of curve out here. You want that curve out part up against your finger. And you're going to cut. And I put it as far up there as I can get it. Now you want to hang on to this, because if you don't, it's going to fly. And that could be a potential hazard. Okay, so once you have it cut, this is where the round nose pliers come to play. And you need to figure out how big you want the loop. If you want a big loop, you come down here. If you want a teeny tiny loop, you come way up here. I usually go somewhere in the middle, maybe a little bit. Well, it's almost exactly in the middle. Now, again, this is my way of doing it. There are other people who do it a little bit different. They'll roll out. I roll in, okay? And I just kind of roll. I roll it. And sometimes it will go a little crooked, but that's okay. See how it's kind of a little crooked there? Well, this is when you get your flat nose pliers and you kind of straighten it out a little bit. Now you want to hang your ear wire. I don't really worry about, at this point, it being exactly closed yet, because we're going to open this back up so we can hang our ear wire on it. And the way you open a loop is you need to open it. So here's your loop, okay? You don't want to do it like this, like a C. You want to do it like this. Because if you go like this, you're going to mess up your loop, plus the fact you're going to weaken it and you could break it. You could break it there, depending on how strong your wire is. So you just twist it open. I don't know if you can see that or not. But you do that with your jump rings, with anything. Once you have it twisted open, then you can hang your ear wire. Now, with this earring, because there's no front or back, it doesn't really matter which way you're hanging the ear wire. But if you do have a front and back, you need to keep in mind where the front and back is. But I'm not going to really pay attention to that today. I'm just showing you how to make the loop. And once you got your ear wire on there, you're going to close your loop very carefully. I just kind of squish it back and forth until it's right butted up against the wire there. And we have a closed wire. And now we have a pair of earrings. These came out pretty nice. I really like them. Very simple. I am more into simplicity, as is a lot of my customers. So I wanted to show you how closely they are alike. Let's see. There we go. Trying to get that ear wire out of the way so you can actually see. They're pretty close. They're not exact. Like I said, I'm not a machine. I'm not using a machine to make these. I mean, I have a little bit of a machine, you know, my little pliers, but other than that, but it's okay if they're a little different. Anyway, let me know what you think. Have you tried making a loop? I love making earrings. They're instant gratification. So if you're wanting to learn to make some jewelry, my suggestion is to learn to make earrings first. This is a very simple technique, and you don't need a whole lot of money involved in this. You just need 3 types of pliers, which usually you can get these in a kit, ear wires, head pins, beads of your choice. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was some help to you, and I hope you all have a fantastically wonderful day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.